I don't want to talk to her for like a while. Like, just let me give it like a few months to like maybe a year. I really felt strongly from the Lord that God was like, no, like stay friends with her. Just be friends. Like, just be friends with her and keep talking to her. And I was like, but I did.
Yeah.
And so we kept talking, and we developed a very good friendship foundation early on in our relationship, which is very, very important.
Yeah.
You think about sex, right? When you get married, if you have sex for 2 hours a day, there's still 22 hours left in that day. So your relationship, the majority of your relationship is not based off of sex.
Yeah.
And so developing a really good friendship is super, super healthy, especially in the beginning of a relationship. I mean, you have sex and then what? You're not friends anymore.
Yeah.
You don't have a good friendship. You can't even be in the same room with each other. You know. And so like me and Leanne were able to develop a really good friendship foundation.
So for like a week after that, it was a little bit
tough.
Yeah, a little bit different, our relationship, a little bit weird. But then Greg's dad actually got diagnosed with cancer, and that really, in my opinion, deepened our friendship, because I kind of started to care for you in a different way.
It was pretty tough because my dad's a pastor, and he's always been very athletic and very healthy.
Yeah.
And so for like to see that hit him, that's pretty tough. And I also, at this time in my life, I didn't have a lot of people around me that were like very good, solid people that could really pour into my life. And so the Lord really just used Leanne in that season.
Came back from outreach, and I was done with my discipleship school, and I was like, oh, hey Greg, why don't I just come and visit you and the family right after my school, and fly back to Abu Dhabi, because that's where we were living, my family. He was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it was awesome. So Leanne came for like 3 days.
It was so fun. So I remember when we pulled up to the church and you came, and as soon as you stepped out of the car, I was like, dang, I did not remember Greg being this good looking.
Yes.
I really thought that. And you were, I think you were wearing a cutoff, and I was like, wow, like he has actually some nice arms on him.
I know.
But yeah, that's just my thought. I was like, wow, Greg's much better looking than I remember him to be.
I remember you kept staring at me in the kitchen.
Yeah, because
I was like, there's no way this girl doesn't like me.
Yeah, I started to feel something, okay? So I was just, I started admiring Greg,
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
But there was still reconciliation that had to happen, me going back home with a relationship. And so I still was like,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Leanne went home. And then, so during this time, the Lord started speaking to me about going to the same place that she went.
Yeah, to YWAM Orlando.
Where she did her school, for me to do a school.
Oh yeah, totally.
And I was like, yeah. And I was like, all right, God. And then God like brought all the money and everything and confirmed to me that's what He wanted me to do.
God told me to go back and do a secondary school with them, which I was like, yeah, I freaking love YWAM. So, okay, during that entire month that I was home, we had like a video call every single day. Every single day, dude. Like, it was crazy. Like, at this point, I started feeling like Greg was my best friend, I started to develop some feelings for him. And as soon as I came back, dude, I was like, dang, I'm like falling in love with this guy.
Yeah. You crying?
Yeah, because I love you.
Wow. Yeah,
Okay.
so Leanne came back, fell in love with me,
We knew it was gonna happen.
We're both going to do our schools. And at this point in time, we like both really liked each other.
Yeah.
Now she finally started liking me after like 3 months of pain.
And so, but Greg was gonna do the school that I did, where you're not allowed to start a relationship once you're in the school. So we knew we had to pray about whether to start the relationship right before that.
Yeah. So we either started dating before I went down there,
yeah,
or we waited till after, and we prayed about it.
And we felt like God said,
wait, yeah. And
Oh my gosh.
I was like, all right, okay.
Like,
pretty much, so we went down to the school, and it was like probably one of the most amazing seasons in my life. And in that season, God really cleaned us out, and God really cleaned Leanne out too. And so I can
Lord
see,
worked on her.
I'm glad that we didn't date. Because there's just stuff that God was moving out of the way.
Yeah.
And so pretty much just that season, we were friends, we were good friends, and it was kind of like dating without benefits.
Yeah.
And so
that's exactly what it was. It was dating with no benefits.
So we were pretty much like just hanging out.
Yeah. That really, I think, set a standard for our relationship before we started dating. It's us genuinely just enjoying each other's company without the, all the dating things,
just romantic stuff.
Yeah, the romance.
Going on dates.
It was purely just friendship, but we were madly in love with each other. But I was so infatuated with you and just getting to know you and like...
Oh, like how I was with you in the last video.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That school lasted 5 months, and so 3 months we were together in our lecture phase, and then we both went on outreach to other countries for 2 months. The craziest thing for me is I went to South Africa, which is where she's from, and I actually went to the town she was born in, which is Bethlehem, South Africa.
That was crazy, bro.
Which is a really small town that a lot of missionaries don't go to. On the way to South Africa, I had a layover in Dubai, and her parents drove an hour to Dubai to meet me. So I got to meet her parents.
Without me.
Yeah, without Leanne. I got to meet her parents
at an airport
on the way to South Africa.
Yeah,
that's like 1 in a million chance.
Yeah, dude,
man.
like that's crazy. I was actually on a medical ship in Panama. It's pretty cool to be honest.
So we were away from each other for 2 months.
Yeah.
And we couldn't really talk because there was really no Wi-Fi. And then there was like a little bit of Wi-Fi, but it barely worked. And so for those two months, it was a little bit difficult because like we really wanted to talk to each other, but we couldn't really talk to each other.
Because we talked every single day, and we were with each other every single day for a straight 3 months, But we prevailed.
We prevailed. Now, so then I came back, and on the way back, on the flight, I was like, bro, like, I just want to sleep on the plane. And I was like, I went and bought NyQuil and took like a ton of NyQuil. I was like out of it. So when I saw Leanne, I had
I surprised Greg, right? I was at the airport.
I had no emotion. And so
he had no.
I was like carrying my bag.
I was so happy to see him, ran up to him. We even have photos. Actually, I'll put the photo in, and I like hugged him.
No, you jumped on my back.
Oh yeah,
I didn't see it.
Yeah. I jumped on your back.
I was like carrying my bag, and she jumped on my back, and I was like, hey, Leanne. Hello.
Dude, that was heartbreaking to me. I was like, dang, this guy, he lost all feelings for me over our
No. So we had that last week of staying friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, like I graduate on Friday, and it was difficult, man. I was like, like no kissing, like nothing.
Yeah.
Dating without benefits, That sounds so bad, but I mean that in a godly way.
Yeah. And then Friday came, we graduated. Right after graduation.
This made me so mad.
Right after graduation, I went up to
Leanne asked me out. And like literally like we walk out of the door and Leanne's like, Greg, come here. And I was like, yeah. She's like, will you go out with me? Will you date me? Or like whatever you said it.
What did I say? I didn't sound like an absolute loser like how you just did it. But I was like, what did I say?
Gosh, why would you ask me that? Like, why would you ask me that? Like, how do you know I didn't have something planned?
Did you have something planned?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you out.
Is that it? You were just gonna be like, oh my god, no.
I didn't even get it. And I was like, yeah, I guess I'll say yes. I was like, how dare you steal that from me, man?
You asked me to marry you? At least I got one of them.
That's not how it works, Leanne.
Are you upset about that?
Yeah, I'm upset.
Why? I just wanted to.
I should have said no.
No.
I should have said no.
No.
And then asked you out the next day.
No. I think it was perfect.
Yeah.
I just loved you so much, and I
Yeah.
wanted to be more than friends.
Yeah. So we started dating on March 2nd.
March 2nd, 2018. Really? 2018?
Yeah.
Wow. It's almost a year after we met. I mean, it was all worth it at the end, honestly. Just
Yeah.
waiting and everything. If you just follow the plan that God has for you, if you just consult God on all your decisions that you make, then you know that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Then your life turns out like this.
Yeah.
No, it just goes so much better, you know.
Every decision that like I made with pursuing Leanne, like I asked the Holy Spirit about it, you know, or the Holy Spirit randomly told me to do it, you know, and I was like, I don't want to do that, but okay, you know. But it always ended up being for the better, you know. And like sometimes I look back at our story, and we could have did things so much worse, but I'm glad that we did things the way that we did things, you know, and it was really for the better. There were times when it was really hard and we had to be really, really disciplined, but it was worth it, you know.
Yeah.
It was really worth it.
So yeah, so that's the story on how we actually started dating. Next we'll make a video on how we got engaged. I'm kidding.
How we got married, maybe.
Really?
We'll see.
Potentially.
We'll see. It depends on what you guys want to see.
Yeah.
So I guess you can comment what you want. What do you want? What do you want?
What do you want? What do you want from us?
What do you want? What do you want? You know what we want? We want a free baby Yoda. We don't want him to be in bondage like this. The Lord doesn't want you to be in bondage either. So 500 subscribers and he gets his first cup of coffee for free.
But yeah, so we really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that you just enjoy our story, because it's always fun, you know, and exciting to hear other people's stories and how God put them together.
And hope it encourages you guys, you know, if you already have your story or if you don't already have your story, you know, hope it encourages you guys to just follow God and do what God wants you to do. And when it's the right time, God will bring you the right person. Yeah. So if you don't have the person, it's not the right time yet. So let God do what he wants to do in you so that you're a good gift.
Well, see you on the flip side.
See you on the flippity flop.
Bye.